man, oh man. The Big Brother Canada house is on fire. And let me tell you something. I am no longer going to publicly endorse anyone. Okay, I have the worst track record ever. All right, ever since we started this podcast, BB23, I endorsed Frenchie because he stand Azza and referred to her as a queen, and he was an absolute disaster. then I stand Todrick Hall because I love his music, and he was an absolute disaster. Then I stand Kyle Moore because he has my name, and he has proven himself to be an absolute disaster. and we are going to get into all of it because this is jury duty and we leave no stone unturned. I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's so embarrassing.
What an intro.
I'm still laughing. It's just okay, so I don't even know where to start this whole week.
Oh my god. A mess.
Oh my goodness gracious. Kyle Moore.
Ooh.
You know, this is not the way to introduce America. Us three, being all of America. This is not the way to introduce us to your country. This is not the way to introduce us to your fan base, okay? Because we know, if you won't go back and you look at our preseason chatter, we told you how Kyle Moore ended up on this season, and he is not doing y'all proud, okay?
This is not, between this and 23, super fans are going to be banned from ever coming on this show. Like, it's just
a nightmare.
Terrible.
My goodness gracious.
I, for one, do not need any more of Kyle Moore.
Oh, what an absolute disaster.
Oh, God.
All right, so where do we even start with this whole thing? So, all right. So, we chatted on Mon Won Monday. Give it to us, John. Do it. Thank you. We chatted on Mon Won Monday about how messy this HOH reign was becoming, and we had no idea. We had no idea where we would end up. All right, so Kyle initially put up who? It was Stephanie and Moose. Two different people from two different alliances that he felt threatened by. An absolute disaster. Obviously, we played veto. What was tonight's veto comp? What did we play? Oh, no, it wasn't tonight. It was last night.
It was that the buzz bee thing. They had to do the puzzle and then dig in the dirt and get those pollen balls and then roll the.
It looked like it must have taken hours. I was like, I would quit.
Thank God it wasn't live because I would have had no interest.
What a nightmare of a competition.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
That was really hard.
it gave me Survivor vibes. Like a challenge like that, because it always ends with a puzzle, because we know from the challenge, we know from Survivor, we know from everything. A puzzle is the equalizer. Yeah. And that's exactly what this was.
Also, wait, because I wasn't here when we talked about the previous veto competition, and I still haven't caught up on those episodes, so I wasn't really sure. The HOH doesn't play in veto. Yeah. Like, confirmed. Kyle did not play.
The HOH doesn't play in veto. That's confirmed.
They do get.
I will tell you that this Kyle did not notice.
Because I remember noticing it the first week, and then I didn't catch up on the 2 episodes last week. But then I was looking for Kyle, and he was off to the side, and I can't decide if I love or hate that. I don't know how I feel about it.
I kind of like it in a way, but the
HOH now has no control over what happens once it's veto time.
They have a little bit of power, I guess, if they get like house guest choice, because they do still get to.
Yeah, he picks someone.
Yeah. So like, I mean, in that way, I guess I guess it's all random though. That's the problem. It's random draw, but they do have some sort of say, I guess. But
I was so surprised to see that the HOH doesn't play.
I kind of like that. Like this guy, the HOH has to put 2 people up, and then you can't win this thing. You got to hope that someone that you want to win wins it. Or I kind of like that.
I gotta say, it's not something I mentioned, but it is something I stand. All right, this is Kyle Petty approved for sure. I don't think the head of household should play veto. I think it gives them too much control. This is something we've discussed on this podcast before. I most certainly did not notice this, so I'm really glad you brought it to our attention. They shouldn't play because that means they're in control of everything. I like that they put 2 people on the block, and now it's like it's up to the house to decide what happens next. I like it. So good that the Kyle didn't play, the jerk. We had this buzz thing. I don't even remember what anyone looked like or anything about anything, but I do know that a lot of people liked that I posted on my personal Twitter that Betty looked cute.
They were all wearing their like giant bee costumes.
Yeah,
very cute.
I love Betty.
I love Betty too. But she didn't win. Moose did. So Moose won veto and he took himself off the block. Was there anything from last night that was like really shattering? Anything that was like especially special to you? I feel like so much happened tonight that I don't even remember what happened last night.
Right.
I know. It's so wild. It's wild. I also watched a lot of other things last night. I don't know if you were paying attention to my personal Twitter, but I was in a competition reality TV rabbit hole.
Wow.
I watched Beyond the Edge, which was the premiere of that new like celebrity / like Survivor type of thing.
Oh, and our guy Meta World Peace is on there, right?
Meta World Peace is on there now with his new name of Meta Sanderford Art Test? Question mark? Right. Google it. Look it up. I'm sure we'll get into Beyond the Edge later, even though I know clearly nobody watched it, but I want to talk about it, so we'll get into it. But that'll be for later. Because we are a Big Brother podcast. But yes, I watched a lot of different things last night, so I don't remember anything.
Well, the one thing that I did, because I had saw that you tweeted about this, and then like when I caught up on the episode this morning, I was like, oh yeah, this is probably something that should be talked about. The fact that Kyle, on 2 separate occasions, told Betty, you're the target, you're going up, and then never put her up.
Yeah. Okay.
I would be so like she was like full on celebrating. I would be so salty that I've been stressing out all week for no reason.
Yeah.
Right. And it's also because it just really highlights how very stupid Kyle is. Like he has absolutely clueless. Clueless is the word I really, really wanted.
Yeah.
He has absolutely no idea how to proceed or what to do. And it's like the cringiest thing to watch. What were you going to say, John?
I know. I felt like I tweeted about this, I think, last night, too. I said, like for Betty, she almost has more right to be like more pissed at Kyle than like anyone else. He kept her stressed out all week. Yeah, you're going up. You're definitely going up. Nomination ceremony comes.
Campaigning.
Yeah, and then she gets told right after the veto, sorry, you're going up. It's definitely you. You're definitely going up. Like the veto ceremony comes, her name's not even mentioned. It's like
nothing.
It's like what are you doing
so
to this poor girl? Yeah, this poor girl.
And they're like, what?
Yeah. I also liked another very funny, stupid moment from Kyle for me. He was like trying to go around the house, like making sure people would vote his way. And he had a conversation with Helena, like, so you're going to vote my way, right? Like you're going to vote for the person that I want to stay and the person that I want to go home, like you'll send them out. And she's like, well, who are you replacing Moose with? Like, who are going to be the 2 people on the block? And he was like, well, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm like, then why would she say that she's going to vote your way?
Maybe I'm not going to say anything. What if it's me?
Right.
I laughed at her because like he walked away and then you see her like talking to herself and she was like, this man thinks I'm stupid. So like, I'm dumb. I'm not stupid. I was like,
I love what I mean. Just because you come out here and you promote yourself as a walking, talking disaster doesn't mean you're an idiot. It just means that you're a klutz.
Yeah. Right.
There's a total difference.
She was like, no, I'm dumb. I'm not stupid. Exactly. I was like, same.
Her. Good for her. Queen Helena.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. So Moose wins veto and he puts up Josh instead.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts? Whack. Who cares?
Yeah.
Lame.
Just dumb.
So dumb.
So you're putting up all of your numbers and pissing off your whole alliance.
Did he put a single person up that he was working against? Did anyone go on the block this week that wasn't on Kyle's side?
No. Absolutely not. Oh my goodness. You know what? The best way to go about this at this point, because we were tweeting like crazy tonight. There were things I didn't even know where they were coming from. I was like, I don't even know who said this. I don't know who said what. But honestly, I love that. It's so much fun to me. It's so much fun. Oh my gosh, where do we start? I mean, there's so many tweets. We were wild tonight. We love Vivi Can. Okay, Judy loves Vivi Can.
Tonight in particular was so much fun. It was a great episode.
And honestly, when you think about it, what was this? Week 2, week 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, tonight was only episode 8.
Normally this is the stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah. Right. This is the stuff that you usually forget about by the time you get to jury. And like, it's fucking lit. Okay, like this is awesome. I am so fucking jazzed.
I just feel like this cast, like everybody's so interesting to me in their own way, you know, like, and I feel like we get some duds on our version. Everybody's playing, everybody's interesting. I love BB Can. I love it.
Yeah. I gotta ask you. Oh shoot, I forgot what I wanted to ask because people keep responding to our tweets. It's gone. I don't remember. It'll come back. It was about somebody. It was about a person in the house. It'll come back to me as we talk. All right. So the final noms, which were decided last night, obviously Stephanie and Josh. Needless to say, we lost Stephanie tonight, and boy was she shocked.
Yeah.
I had pegged her as Bae, female Bae. Just based on physics, I knew nothing of her.
Based on physics.
I just thought she was a pretty girl. However, her cockiness turned me off greatly.
Yeah.
It was so annoying to me that, like, even just in the episodes, and from what I heard, like, it was like this on the feeds too, we're seeing Josh running around campaigning for himself, like, trying to figure out how he's going to get the numbers. And she's like, what should I wear on eviction night?
Because she's so sure she's not going anywhere.
Oh,
but didn't even try.
Like that conversation too between Stephanie, JC Lynn, and Jess. And JC Lynn, I'm really starting to sour on. I got to be honest.
Oh, that's your girl.
I know, but that whole conversation too, like JC and Steph are talking, and Steph just being like, "Well, at least I'm not going home. And Jess just being like, all right, well, I'm going to leave the room.
They were like, that's enough of that. Goodbye.
Okay, so bye.
Yeah.
There's a lot about Jess, though, that I don't know how I feel about them.
There's a lot.
Yeah, because, you know, they... oh my God. Like, when they were talking to Josh, right, and they were like, oh, I don't know what I should do. And it's like, I don't know. I just feel like they are very, very wishy-washy. Like we're not committing to any side, and like I'm just gonna go wherever the house goes, and like I just think that answer is so fucking played at this point. Like, stop it. Like, play your game for you, whatever works best.
Especially when, like, you're seeing right now, especially you're seeing all of the cracks forming, and everyone really has no choice but to choose a side. It's so divided right now. Of like, you're either here or you're there. You can't really be the middleman right now.
Yeah,
exactly. And there's no reason to be the middleman right now. Yeah. We are in technically week 2. It might be the 3rd eviction, but it's week 2. Things are still being solidified. This is so early in the game. And you want to be like, oh, I just want to make sure I'm voting with the house. That is so whack. Like, I'm so tired of that. Like, we get that all the time in America. And, like, I really expect you Canadians to be better. I expect better, you know, because I watched seasons 1. I haven't finished 2 yet because y'all spoiled it last week. Okay, y'all spoiled it, and it kind of broke my spirit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's my fault. I'm watching a season that was 8 years old.
I mean, sure.
But it's also not my fault because that's when Paramount Plus gave it to us. So, if anything, it's Paramount Plus's fault.
It's Paramount's problem.
It is because we're watching it illegally right now. The only reason we're part of the zeitgeist is because we're watching it legally. So, like, it's Paramount Plus's fault that I'm 8 years behind. Because I've been a CBS All Access subscriber since go.
Yeah,
Sure.
Or as the Australians would say, since day dot. Okay.
Day dot.
Day dot. Yeah, Gina doesn't know because she doesn't watch Australian Survivor.
I'm so sorry.
Go bored. Well, yeah, so that's what's going on. So I don't know. I think Jess is I don't think they're playing the game well.
I don't know. It's odd.
Oh,
Because I feel like
we're a Jess fan.
Well, I've liked Jess from the beginning. I've liked Jess from the beginning, but I feel like
Based on what? Based on what though?
Well, from their intro video, I liked Jess.
That's it.
And there's been things that they've done in the house, over time that I haven't like loved.
What's that?
I haven't loved, but I still overall am a big fan of Jess. And I think it's interesting because
big fan.
I think all these alliances have been so fragile, whereas Jess has sort of Jess has sort of they seem to be like playing, like looking for individuals. Like they have Kevin over here. They're very close to Josh over here. Like I feel like
are they?
Oh yeah, I feel like we've seen Jess.
We heard Kevin say it today.
Yeah.
Kevin may have said it, but I don't feel like Jess is giving us that energy, and that's what I'm coming to. Like, I feel like Jess wants to ride on the coattails of the. Okay, I don't want to be controversial, but I feel like Jess is trying to ride on the coattails of being LGBT, of having different pronouns and whatever. We want to use that to kind of like propel us forward. But that conversation that we had with Josh, it's like, I'm not really standing next to you unless other people are standing next to you. And it's like, that's not really taking a stand. Like, I feel like we're out here trying to act like we're taking a stand, but we're just like, is anyone else with you? Because, and I don't know. I just feel like it's a very lame. It's lame.
I haven't.
I just feel like we're leading on the wrong. I don't know.
I haven't loved everything about Jess's game, but I do think in this season where we've seen alliances that are so fragile, like there's no real solid alliance. I feel like so
there isn't.
Right.
There isn't.
So for Jess, I almost think it's okay, like where they are right now, because I do think that they have relationships with individual people in the house that could eventually turn into a solid core, eventually.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I guess they are not really any different from anyone else as far as how they are playing the game, but it's also like, I don't want to highlight their game's behavior like as something that's a standout because it's no different from what anyone else is doing. We're just leaning on a different thing.
Well, that's what I mean, though. I wouldn't say Jess's game has been like glaringly awful when you look at other people's games in the house, is what I mean, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't say their game is particularly bad. It's just not a standout great game.
Right. I don't think it's bad.
Right.
I felt like that whole conversation that they had with Josh was like, I'm with you. And like, I'm down. LGBT. As long as the numbers are in your favor. Otherwise, I'm out of here. And I was like, okay, well, are you really an ally? Like, I don't know. Like, I would not be counting on their vote based on that conversation and like that interaction, because it didn't actually feel that way. It's almost like we're leaning on the minority thing by also saying at the same time, like, if the numbers don't go that way, I'm out of here. But I'm with you because we're both LGBT. That's how it felt. And I was like, okay, that's not exactly how we want to lean on the minority thing. Like, either you're in or you're out, just like any other alliance. But like, don't use that as like the main thing. It just felt a little weak to me. That's all.
I don't know.
It's like we're relying on this solid thing, this thing that we're supposed to be able to count on. So long as the numbers are in our favor. Otherwise, I'm out of here. And like, I mean, it's gameplay. I just think it's whack. That's all. You know. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm watching Jess. I just don't trust him. That's all. I don't trust him. All eyes on Jess. Mm-hmm. But how did Jess vote tonight? Because the final nominees were Steph and Josh.
The only two votes
they have it written.
Yeah, the only 2 votes for Steph to stay were JC and Gino. Everyone else voted for Josh to stay.
So just say true.
Yeah.
They say true. I'm here for it. I'm just watching. And I'm not necessarily sure that like that's the wrong move for Jess. You know, that's their game. I don't necessarily like how we got there. I feel like we're leaning on the like benefits of being a minority to kind of get us there. But I mean, if we get there, we get there. I mean, if I was sitting here and I was playing Monopoly or I was playing Uno, or better yet, John, if I was playing Risk, I'll lean into anything in order to win. Like, I'm not completely faulting them. I'm just saying, like, it just sounds like something that Josh should not completely trust, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So there's that. So Moose wins veto, obviously, takes himself off. Stephanie and Josh win, and Stephanie loses 9-2.
What we haven't gotten into yet, which I think we very much have to, was this whole Betty Kevin mess. Oh,
that was my note above the vote. Yeah, I took no notes tonight other than Betty OMG with Kevin, so yummy, and then the vote count.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's do it. Betty v. Kevin. We love it. If you pay any attention to our Twitter, I made no bones about it. I love Keddy. I should hashtag that. Keddy. I love the relationship between Keddy because that began last week. Okay. And between the Kevin and Betty when they had that terrible exchange in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And now they're still having bad exchanges. They are never going to get along.
It's just, I could not control myself when he was like, "You just have to pretend that you don't like me," and she was like, "I don't."
She's like, I do hate you.
Pretend.
Just keep acting like you hate me.
I can do that very easily. I don't have to pretend. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Oh, that was a fantastic
I'm
moment.
good.
But it's just,
You're coming for me? I was like, let him have it. Let him have it. Let him have it right now.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
It's just, it's funny to me, and like I like Kevin way more than I ever thought that I would coming into the season.
Me too. I have to agree.
I said that tonight too.
But
I do agree with that.
Yeah, but I feel like it's just interesting because Betty seems to be the only person that's figured out Kevin's game in that house. But she's not really talking to anybody about it.
She's not doing anything with it.
Right.
I hope that she is talking to other people, though. I hope that there's some conversations between her and Tanisha that we're just not seeing. There's some conversation with anyone. Because, like, we already know that Betty and Tanisha are close. We already saw all those conversations. So I just hope that maybe we're just not being seen it. And maybe they're saving it for, like, a really good moment. I want to put so much trust in Canada. I don't know. But... yeah, Betty v. Kevin is getting to be very, very interesting.
It was real nice.
Yeah, and it's certainly not dead. How do we end the night tonight? Who's HOH?
We got oh my god, who was it?
Gino.
Gino. That's why I didn't write it down because I was pissed.
Right. That's exactly. I think we all tweeted boo.
Yeah.
And like,
We wanted Betty so bad, and she was right there.
I wanted Betty.
I had
so bad.
Betty was my 1st choice, but I had two choices that I was rooting for. Was either Moose or Betty, because I feel like Moose would have been on the warpath.
Moose would have been a good one too. Yeah,
that would have been interesting, and Betty would have been very interesting. But
Moose would have been wildly interesting. Wildly interesting. The thing is, like, I'm not exactly sure that we're going to see Kyle on the block.
Well, I don't think now.
With Gina, I don't think we are at all.
No,
I did see a tweet. Yeah,
he voted with him.
Yeah, I did see a tweet that said. I did see a tweet that said, "Well, that was also a big surprise. That was a blindside to Gino too, the way that vote came out. You know what I mean? So I feel like I did see a tweet online. I wonder if Gino is smart enough to, now that he has seen this flip of the house, will he maybe change up his game a little bit?
Sure. Yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm not 100% sure.
That's true. Because this whole game, Kyle and Gino, I feel like have been each other's number one. But that's a good point. That if he has a solid enough read on the house to be like, maybe I need to switch things up.
Yeah.
And for some reason, people really, really seem to highly respect and regard Marty's opinion. I'm not sure where that's come from, but that can certainly change whether or not we see Kyle on the block too. Because even if
that was another conversation, not to change the subject too much, but that like Marty and Kevin exchange was the moment to me that I was like,
one though. They've had so many exchanges that I don't even understand why they're having.
It was like the one where he was like, oh, no, like you have to think about the fact that like Canada would not have voted for you to have gotten this prize if they didn't think that you were in trouble. Like, can you really trust Kyle? I don't know. It feels like we're on the outs. Maybe we need to, distance ourselves. Like the way that he manipulated that conversation, I was like, oh, Kevin's actually really good at this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a wild conversation to watch.
Let me tell you something. There is something about Kevin. While I do not like him, I love how he's playing this game. I feel like he's playing this game like it's a game. He's playing the game the way it's intended to be played, and it's making me like him a lot.
He's a very good manipulator. He's a very good strategic liar.
He's
everybody fooled except for Betty.
Right. He's just very, very good strategically. Like he seems to really, really have a good grasp on like what's going on, who he should talk to and when. Like, I don't know. He just seems to be like maneuvering through this game very, very well. And it's really only been what? This is the third eviction cycle.
Which again, while we just said maybe super fans aren't long for the game because of some things that we've seen, Kevin is very much like, I listen to podcasts, I watch, the coverage of it. I'm very like into BB Twit. Like he is very like in the know of just the structure of the house and the way that things move and the way that things, you have to kind of modify your game to just go with whatever's happening at the time. So he knows.
Yeah, he is the person who he does not listen to the most popular podcasts. He listens to us. The people, no, really.
I know what you're saying.
Maybe not us specifically, but I'm saying the people like us that like we talk game. We don't talk. We're not casuals. Like we're really talking about the game and strategy and everything behind it. He's listening to podcasts that are like us,
deep divey. Really like,
the deepest dive. Okay, 9 feet, 12 feet, 16. I mean, like we are gasping for air. Like we are so deep. Y'all never seen the dive like this. So stupid. Honestly, I hate me. But it's St. Patrick's Day, and I've had a couple. So that's what. Happy St. Patty's to those who are watching us live. Thank you for joining us. So that's what's going on. P.S. Really pissed that Arisa does not post her like live eviction attire the night of.
We have something to assess.
Yeah.
Come on.
Really do. Julie posted before she even steps out on that stage.
Yeah.
Because Julie knows the real reason why she's there. She is there for fashion, okay? Because Julie gives us really nothing else. Very, very
Nothing
little
at
else.
all.
Right. Nothing more than Jerry O'Connell could have given us. You know? You're laughing and nobody's contesting it.
Oh, I'm not saying you're wrong.
Right, of course. I just wanted to highlight it. That's all. I just wanted to highlight it for the listeners. Everyone agrees. Twitter. Yeah, people like us on the Twitter. You should follow us, BB Jury Judy, if you're not already. We're a good time. And we're having more fun because we're tweeting more, okay?
Yeah.
So come follow us. John finally decided he's going to jump in.
Oh, no.
It was time.
Yeah, right. Welcome to the conversation. People on Twitter are very fun. Gina's like, fuck it. I don't have a Twitter anymore. I don't care. And I was basically just like, I'm not tweeting. I'm just putting it on my personal. And I realized that's a waste. That's a waste. We should do it more on like the real one. We should do it more
The
on
real
ours.
one.
Well, because who cares about my personal? Every time I go through like a tweeting spree, like on my personal, I check my followers. Because I'm waiting to lose someone.
Sure.
I'm waiting. And I have to say,
Oh, I always make
I've
an
lost no one.
announcement.
Say again.
I always make an Instagram story announcement on my Instagram of, hey, a Big Brother season is starting. Now is the time to mute me. Thank you so much. It's been real having you here.
You have always done that. And
I'm going to get annoying.
Yes, I had at the beginning of Celebrity Big Brother 3, I had posted a thing of like directions of how to mute my hashtag. And I was like, please don't unfollow me. I was like, this is the hashtag. Here's the directions on how to mute me so you don't see these. Like, please don't leave me. And I didn't
I'm
lose any
having fun.
Yes, we're now doing Big Brother Canada, and I haven't lost any followers, but I really feel like I should pin that to the top of my
just in case you missed it.
Just in case, like, please don't leave me. I'm just a loser. But I'm leaning into my loserness and like
sure.
So sorry. This is what it is. Oh my gosh! Ironically, I have nothing else.
I mean, we got to talk about that blind side, though. You do have something else.
Thank you. So tonight, Miss Stephanie thought for sure she was safe. Okay. She thought Josh was out of here. I recorded her exit live. With my response.
A live reaction.
Everything here is live. Everything here is St. Patrick's Day fun. Okay, we're a couple of drinks in. All right, I went out for a St. Patrick's Day dinner at 5:30. All right, so just imagine what I looked like at 8:45. And this is live video of Miss Stephanie's eviction. Thank you for reminding us, Tina.
Of course.
Goodbye, Stephanie.
Josh, you are safe. Stephanie, I'm sorry. You've been evicted from the Big Brother Canada house. Please get your things.
That's right,
and
Jason.
say your goodbyes.
That's right.
My goodness.
My goodness. Yeah. Ooh. These faces.
Wow.
I cannot. Sorry, y'all. Goodbye. Oh, no hugs. No hugs.
And it is right underneath your noses.
Whoa. What did she say? Ah!
Oh, God.
I was talking so much. I missed everything that was said. It wasn't until I played it before our stream for Gina in the waiting room that I was like, oh my gosh, that's what was said. Because I was just so into it. I could not believe she hugged no one. She just walked out and she's like, okay, thank you.
Wow.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that was definitely the most like awkward moment in the house. So
it was so uncomfy.
Yeah. I felt uncomfortable watching it.
It's only our second live eviction.
Yeah.
And that is where we can leave that one. Okay, BB Kim is wild. Capital W, capital I, capital L, capital D, wild. Okay. Yo, that's all I have. Goodbye, Stephanie. She was female bae, and as you know, I am the kiss of death. Anytime I say I like someone, they leave. All right. Well, I guess that's not true in celebrity. I said I like Todrick. He didn't leave.
He was just bad.
He did not do well. Okay. I said I like Frenchie. Out of here. I said, oh my gosh, Stephanie is so hot. Female bae, gone. So I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut going forward.
Hey,
I'm
listen,
not saying nothing no more.
Listen, you're right on Summer so far. Summer's great.
Someone's doing well.
Yeah.
Next out.
I'm sorry.
So I love Kyle. Who is not doing well? I think Kyle's out of here next week.
We'll see.
Well,
We'll see with Gino in power. We'll
yeah,
see.
it really depends on his reads.
It might depend too.
It depends on who he puts up, because like if he depends on how cocky he thinks he
Right.
is.
Well, I also feel like
Kyle is so good. Go ahead.
I feel like it depends also like where Marty's head's at, because we saw Marty vote Steph out tonight, and Marty and Kevin have been pretty close, and I almost kind of wonder like maybe Marty will say kind of to Gino like, listen, this group that we had that we were working with clearly is the minority. Like we just Stephanie's got voted out 9-2. Like maybe we should rethink who we're working with. Right. Where maybe Marty will kind of help him go that way if he's not already kind of looking at the house being like, wow, I was on the wrong side.
Do you think that's gonna happen now? Do you trust it? Like,
I really, it could go either way. I don't know.
Right. I don't know either. I'll also add that I'm a little disappointed that we did not focus a little bit more on the Be Direct eviction protection insurance twist. Like, obviously,
it wasn't necessary.
We didn't talk about it. No, it wasn't necessary, but it was a mouthful and it was fun to say. And I was hoping that we were going to get to have a whole week of campaigning for who we wanted to win it. So I'm a little disappointed. I thought our socials would be lit. And
voting was open for like what, a day? It wasn't long.
So disappointed. I would say that was almost as much of a flop as the shot in the dark. Yeah. Terrible. Just terrible. For those of you who don't know, the shot in the dark is from Survivor. It's from Survivor 41 and 42 in the American versions. Y'all Canadians don't even have your own. You tried it. You moved your own Big Brother up to make room for our Survivor. All right, so you guys know what time.
Is that why Wednesdays are at 7?
What's that?
Is that why Wednesdays are at 7?
Oh, I believe so, because there was even a picture that Arisa posted of her and Jeff Probst.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh,
got it.
Two of us, our shows are premiering. We're both executive producers of the show that we love," and it's like, okay, which also
I missed that.
Brings to question why Julie Chen Moonves is not an executive producer of BBUS.
Is she not?
I can't say I've ever seen her name there, and she certainly has not made it known that she is. If she is. So, fault on her for us BB superfans to not know. So if she is, that's her own fault because we follow her. So we should have known it already. So that's her fault, not ours. Don't you dare go to bed feeling bad about yourself. Don't you dare. That is Julie's fault. Yeah, don't you dare. That is Julie's fault. I'm still checking Arisa's socials. I still don't see anything of her outfit tonight.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a Monday journey.
Yeah, Mon Won Monday.
Which
I literally opened the floor for you to do it, and I'm still mad about it.
And honestly, the floor should remain open because, like, I mean, Mon Won was a fashion designer.
Yeah.
That is how we arrived at the bag.
Okay.
So we should be judging fashion on Mon Won Monday.
Yeah.
Sure.
What do you think Mon Won would have to say about your attitude?
Yeah, seriously.
Your attitude is
Wow.
piss poor.
Oh,
Okay, we're talking about fashion, and that's what
I'm so
Mon Won
sorry.
lives for.
I love the Arisa assessment.
Oh, now we're on board.
Oh, I was never not on board with the Arisa
Because you were
assessment.
scared about Mon Won's clapback. That's why. All right. So who won HOH?
Gino.
Yeah.
Gino. What do we think? What do you think he'll do?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I have no idea what to even like predict. I would say Moose, but like I would only say Moose because I would think that I don't know. I would think that Marty might have a little bit of a say. I would think that Kevin might have a little bit of a say.
Did we hear? I don't remember. Did we hear Gino saying anything about how Kyle was this? Like, was he at all apprehensive about how messy Kyle was this week, or like, do we think that Kyle would be in his ear?
I don't think we saw Gino say anything about that.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Who were the people that had the conversation in that phone room? There were two people like that were pretty close with Kyle that were having a conversation.
It was
Herman and someone else. I don't remember.
Which conversation? Remind me what they were talking about.
They were talking about Kyle and how messy he was being. And
yeah,
like,
I know.
How long can we really
came
keep working
into
with
it.
this person? Yeah.
Summer came in after the fact. It was Herman and someone. There was a conversation that had happened either Monday or Wednesday. Well, that's when it aired. But there was a conversation around like, oh, how much can we trust Kyle? He's going to spill the beans on our alliance. We have to make sure that we separate.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And I don't remember. I don't know who Herman.
It was either Josh or Gino. I don't remember.
That's what I mean.
Right.
Like, so that might be, but I could be totally wrong. I was just trying to think of potential examples of when Gino might have said, but I don't really think we saw anything from him. Bad math and Kyle, really.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember either. Oh shoot. Yeah, I don't know.
It was Gino.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was Gino.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I mean. Like Herman, we saw Herman in this episode say, like, if I get this HOH, I'm putting up Kyle. So that was one person. He was having that conversation with Gino. We saw Marty vote the opposite way of what Kyle wanted this week. These are all the people that Kyle are working with, who seemingly have said that
Right,
they
so
might.
I mean, maybe we could see Kyle up there.
And that's why I feel like I have no idea what's gonna go on this week. So
Yeah.
Time will tell.
That's what I love about this. You really have no idea what's going on. And I think that the American season should kind of follow this suit. I love a live HOH on a Thursday. I don't need. That's not true. I like the endurance ones. As long as they leave the feeds up. I think that's fun. Like otherwise, like I love knowing the night of. Like who's HOH. It catches all the casuals and the feeders up to the same point.
Right.
We're all equal, and we're going to see what's going on. Really, really, really fun. Yeah. I wish there was a world that we could see Marty on the block. Mainly because, like, I know Canada loves him, and I'm not exactly sure why. Like, I don't know what Marty has done that has been stand out or stand in. I know that's not a term, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
There is no reason for you to be a champion for Marty, and there's also no reason for you to want him to be on the block. So I just think it's interesting that Canada voted in his favor. I'm surprised that anyone is that passionate about Marty one way or the other.
Yeah.
At least at this stage. Unless it's because what we're seeing is just an acknowledgement of, is it possible that in Canada, uh, a lot of people, like, there's an expectation that people speak English, and maybe we give a little bit of a leg up to people who also speak French, where English is maybe their second language, and maybe he's getting some sympathy votes based on that.
I don't know. No idea.
That is literally the only thing that I can think that people would.
I mean, like, I do just think that Marty is a likable person, but I don't know if that's enough to be. I don't know, because I mean, from what I've seen, I haven't noticed him being particularly a great gamer. I feel like his HOH kind of was a wash. He didn't really take out anyone of importance. I just think that he's a likable guy.
Right.
He's like a nice guy. He's like the oldest person in the house. He's kind of like a father figure.
I think he's so cute.
Yeah.
He is cute, but that's kind of where I'm going with this. Is like, is he Canada's favorite? Because we have to assume that at this point, if they're awarding him safety, he's a favorite, right? But
sure.
Based on what? Like, it's 1 week.
I have to assume it's his likability.
Yeah.
Over a Betty? Like, that's what I mean. Like,
I don't know, man. I just work here.
No, and that's what I mean. I just don't get that. I just don't understand why a Marty would win over a Betty. I'm not saying he shouldn't get votes, and I'm not saying he shouldn't be in the top 3, but like,
yeah, that was the one thing that was interesting to me. Of like, because there were plenty of people who were in danger. Betty was being told she was going on the block all week, so to have given the safety to someone that was never really a target,
right?
I don't know.
That leads me to believe that you really, really like him, and you just really want to make sure that he stays there.
It just felt wasteful, because even if you like him, there was really no chance of him going tonight,
Right? Why?
I don't know. I mean, I guess there was a point, like, after Marty's HOH where there was some heat on him, and I do feel like there was kind of like a week of gameplay in between that, but I guess this was the first opportunity to really give anybody safety, right? That Canada had. And I wonder if that was because, when we saw the end of Marty's HOH, Jay is going, "Oh, Marty, I thought you weren't going to lie the whole game," and blah, blah, blah. And like, people were there was a little bit of heat on him. And I wonder if just the first opportunity to give someone safety, Marty's a likable guy, let's give it to him. I don't know. That's just my guess. My guess at it,
Yeah, could be. Well, that's why I wanted to discuss it. I genuinely, I was like, Marty. I'm like, what a snoozer. Like, even if it was like, because I can't even say that I dislike Marty.
Right.
But I just don't know why he needed to be awarded anything. But all right. I guess that's slightly serviceable. All right, I'll go with that. All right. So who won tonight? What was it?
Gino.
Gino. Once again, it was Gino. So, do we have any ideas of what Gino might do then?
No.
So we still don't. Yeah, okay.
Happy St.
Patrick's Day. Yeah, I don't know. So, that's where we are. Sorry, we have no prediction. Yeah, I don't know.
I got nothing else.
That's it.
I guess that's all. I guess that's the end. That's it. I just don't want it to be over. I just love talking Big Brother. We don't have anything else.
We have no further information.
And I'm heartbroken. No. Like, okay. All right. So maybe we'll be back for Mon Won Monday. If not, definitely Thursday at 9:30, we will be discussing the next eviction cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's it for jury duty. You guys are good?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, did you watch Beyond the Edge?
No.
No, that was just you, baby.
Don't baby me like I'm like a sweet child who wants something that no one else is watching. Even though I will tell you, I was tweeting like crazy on my personal, and nobody gave a single shit. Nobody cared. But Beyond the Edge, you should check it out. Okay.
I'll think about it.
It's celebrity. It's celebrities playing basically Survivor. They're playing for charity this time. Okay, they're not playing for their own personal game. And when they get to tribal, it's not your traditional tribal. Okay, they're not voting anyone out.
Mhm.
Tribal is everyone goes, the entire group, and they just basically have to decide, am I going to stick this out for another day?
Hmm.
The celebrities out here living on an island, they clearly did not build their own shelter. Okay, I can tell by the way it was constructed. I've watched enough Survivor to know they didn't make that. All right, so that was definitely put there for them, but they are celebrities, so fine. We have Meta World Peace, who is now Meta Sandiford Artest. We have Jodie Sweetin from Full and
Oh,
Fuller House. Yeah, up. Now all of a sudden she's interesting.
all right.
There's a housewife on there, some black lady, Ebony something. I don't watch Housewives, so I don't really know. But she had a very interesting story arc, and that's why she kind of sticks out to me. Even I don't fully remember her name. She was new to me. Um, but they're all playing for charity, and they have to like decide whether or not they're going to stay or not. And what's interesting is like this has a little bit of a different feel to it. Like one of the things that Ebony was saying, like they had to kind of get through this muck and get through this very, very swampy water. And they had already announced that like the mud there was basically like quicksand and it was almost 5 feet deep. And obviously, Ebony was having a rough go. She's a housewife. She's not used to this kind of this muck and mire, right? So she's having a rough time. And I don't know, some other man said to her, "Trust me, I got you. Come on." And Ebony said, "Okay, I got nothing else. I'm going for it." And she grabbed his hand, and it was a big moment for her. So she shared at Tribal that I never really trusted somebody to kind of have my back. This was a very interesting experience for me. I felt safe and blah blah blah. So these celebrities are on a different journey. They're out there to win money for their charity and do good things. As long as they stay out there another day, they earn money for the charity. If they win the challenge that is at hand, they win extra money. So it's a different feel. Yeah, it's very fun. I encourage you all to check it out. It's on CBS. Beyond the Edge. Oh, we have a message. Oh, hi, hello, James
Hi.
Locke Jr. Yes. Okay.
James.
Ebony Williams is from AfterBuzz TV, like me. We used to talk at the studio all the time, and now she's on Survivor.
Fun.
I mean, it's like Celebrity Survivor, so like, don't give her too much props unless you know something we don't know. But yeah, listen, we like Ebony. That's who we're talking about. We love her. I want to say, I don't know her. Let me not go too far. But she's entertaining. We're enjoying her. So that's Beyond the Edge. And no one's watching Survivor. You guys don't give a shit.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not caught up, but I'm gonna watch it. I want to watch the season.
Well, I guess
I intend to. I just haven't.
There's been too much going on.
It's just been busy.
I know, but I found time because I'm a loser. Oh, I love my reality competition too. James has no tea on Ebony. Which actually,
no news is good news.
That's what I was just about to say. Actually, that's not bad news. Thank God. Thank God. Because every time he commented and said, "I hate Todrick," I'm like, oh.
No.
Like, like I hated it. It made me so uncomfortable. So like, yeah, good. So Ebony, we still like Ebony. We're standing ish. We'll see how it all plays out. But watch Beyond the Edge. CBS is giving us everything we need. All right, and that's it. You guys are done. I'm done too. I have to pee. So, wait, we have another comment. Is that about Todrick or is that about what is this? You know too much. Stop. I can't get into another Todrick thing. I still love Todrick. Listen, I paid top dollar to meet him next month. I can't hear any more negative. I have to release myself from this so I can have a good time with the $130 I spent. Okay, so don't judge me. Thank you very much. This was jury duty. Another comment. No, oh, he's just ha-haing. All right, we're
just
done.
a little
Thank
tee-hee.
you so much. We gotta get out of here before he says something bad about Todrick. Thank you. We'll be back for Mon Won Monday, maybe. If not, definitely Thursday at 9:30 to discuss the next eviction cycle on Big Brother Canada 10. This is Joey Judy. Share with a friend, like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much.